We're over here in Oceano, and you can see what a disaster this is now that they shut down the beach. There's no parking. There's nice families like this trying to unload. There's no place. It's just, you see, they don't venture far from Pier Avenue, okay? Because a lot of people here have kids. They have a lot of stuff they need to take out there, especially elderly and disabled people. They just can't access the beach anymore, you see? People are just, they don't venture farther than 100 meters away from, really a venture 100 meters away from Pier Avenue. And there's a whole beach here. They're just not utilizing it. You see these families here, they come out here. The Park Service isn't doing a good job, a very good job of sort of corralling these people and showing them where the parking. This gentleman has done an excellent job of communicating where people can park. There is no parking here, okay, in Oceano. So what happens is families come over here, even people like this, you see, I just met these girls, they had to park their horse trailer on private property because now they can't bring their horses out here to ride their horses on the beach. So now people that bring their horse trailers out here have no place to park them. Okay, see, I know her. They just parked it down here at a friend's property of mine, a mutual friend. So what's happening is this is a result of Cynthia Replogle and the Oceano Beach Association shutting down the beach. All these liberals. And like I explained to you, the dust is actually a health benefit rather than, if you go to the Middle East, how many people suffer from cancer that's related to siliceous material? Very few. There's more dust blowing out there, and the cancer is actually statistically about 10 times lower than it is in the United States. It's because of our diet use, the consumption, you see? It's because of stuff like that. This is why people die from dust, because it's what they consume. Alcohol, poor diet, and this is what's the contributing factor to cancer, okay? Carcinogenic, smoking, that sort of thing. So if you mix that with dust, yeah, you're gonna get cancer, okay? But dust is not gonna cause cancer just by itself, usually. So you've got a lot of people here that are not using science, and like I said, the dust itself, if you look at isotropic propagation of sand particles in relationship to light or electromagnetic energy, it actually bounces off of it and it comes straight down. It's actually healthy for you. Yeah, so you see here, it's a parking nightmare. People just don't know what to do anymore, okay? And they can't camp out here. Cynthia Replogle and Ailene Villa, which Ailene Villa is the majority. She's Hispanic. She's using her Hispanic background to shut down the beach along with Oceano Beach Association. Those are the people trying to get all the dune riders off and shut down the camping for all these beautiful families. You see, these people want to come back out here and camp for 10, 20 bucks a night. They don't want to stay in hotels that cost $500 a night. And now you're discriminating against a whole ethnic and socioeconomic population. Because why? Cynthia Replogle knows better. She doesn't represent minorities or the middle class or homeless people. Nobody. It's just all an act. This guy here is doing an excellent job of, you see, the Park Service is doing a good job of trying to find parking, but there just is no parking down here. Okay, so this is a result of shutting down the parks. The Park Service, they're pretty upset about it too. The park rangers are ready to get back in the full swing of things. It's just that you have people here that are calling themselves environmentalists and they're not using real science. And then you have other people here in the Park Service. The Park Service is to blame. I mean, they're moving snowy plover eggs. So what they should have done is move the riding area to coincide with the snowy plover season instead of moving the eggs. So they busted themselves. So it's not the people riding out here in the dunes that are moving and destroying the snowy plovers, it's the Park Service themselves. Okay, because they don't want the park to shut down, because this park shut down, they lose their jobs. And this is a huge spot. What happens is people park their vehicles on this beach and they don't remove them. And then they use local services like Uber to go into Grover Beach and Arroyo Grande, and they go and eat at these restaurants. Now you lost all that business because there's no place to park. And oh, by the way, there's not a parking problem in Arroyo Grande or Grover Beach or downtown Slow because you're not adding more cars to the mix when they go out to dinner. People don't move their cars. When they park out here, they'll call an Uber, they'll come pick it up right here, and it'll take them out in town. And they leave their car out here and their camp set up. Okay, so now Uber drivers are losing money. All these ATV rental companies are moving money. People that sell firework are losing money. And this is during COVID season. And this is a result of Cynthia Replogle and Ailene Villa using their manipulating voters to believe that there's a problem with the dust. We already know that there's no dust problem. We've already figured that out. Okay. The ATV riders weren't the contributing factor to that dust. I explain that to everybody because I'm an expert in that field. This is not controversial. I am a published expert in that field. Okay, I have published white papers on the topic with DARPA, the Naval Research Labs, okay, the Department of Defense. So these people try to use the dune riders, okay, as scapegoats to shut down this beach because there's a lot of environmentalists that care more about the snowy plovers and they're making a bigger issue out of it. Okay, the people that live up here on the mesa here, they don't want these middle class and lower middle class people to enjoy the beach. They want it all to themselves. They want to walk out here and they don't want to see any of these people. They don't want to see any ATVs. They don't want to hear Hispanic music playing in the background. You know the type of people. You're waspy people like whom? Cynthia Replogle, very waspy. So here you go. You have all these families here that they can't even take half the stuff they want on the beach. They can't set up their barbecue grills anymore. It's just a really eerie feeling now. People just are not happy with what's going on here at the beach. You see here? They're not excited to come out to the beach anymore. And they have to just haul all their equipment out there. You think they're happy? No. Okay. So you got a lot of people that are disabled coming out here that won't even bother coming out here anymore because most of these people wouldn't get out of their car. They would just like to come out here. Would you like to be like an older couple in your 70s and 80s and drive your car on the beach and sit with your wife like you're in a drive-in movie theater and just stare at the ocean and turn on some soft music? Wouldn't that be great? Well, they took that away since Replogle and Ailene Villa and the Oceano Beach Association. They caused this existential threat to Oceano of jobs, loss of ethnic diversity. People used to come here from India, Africa, all over the world, like Arnie's ATV over there. He would have regular customers come from all over the world that added to our cultural diversity. Now we lost that because of whom? Cynthia Replogle. And who else? Ailene Villa, which she's not a minority, she's the majority because she's Hispanic. You see how they use race politics to get their way? So what's going to happen is as soon as Cynthia Repogle's done with Ailene Villa, she'll discard her just like she discards everybody else. And this is what happens when we have narcissists running the show. Go infantry or go home. Come on, Daisy. Let's go to the beach.